coverage of Knowledgeable with Mr. Athman, we check out a girls' basketball game, and we find out what Spittles are, all on this week's episode of Laker Nation. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Laker Nation. I'm your host, Shelby Kocher. Let's start off with a little viewer mail. Jolie Holland writes, "What a great episode to watch CJ and his cohorts. Great job." Thanks, Jolie, for the comment. We appreciate our viewers writing in and giving us feedback. We start out this week's episode checking in with Mr. Athman to discuss Knowledgeable. Let's go out to Zach, who met with him.
After a rigorous Knowledgeable meet, I'm here with Mr. Athman to talk about Knowledgeable. Thank you for your time.
Good to be here.
All right. Can you describe Knowledgeable?
Sure. You get a lot of people together and you have a wide variety of questions going from typical school subjects from math and English to pop culture to random trivial knowledge that most people have no reason to have to know, but kind of enjoy showing off randomness that they know.
What would you say is the strength of our Knowledgeable team?
The big part for our team is that they enjoy being around each other. They've been together for the most part a few years. They have a good idea of who knows what material, and if someone's really strong in an area, they let them answer it.
How would you describe practices?
For the most part, we get together a few times a week. They join up on teams. They kind of move around every day. They just have a lot of fun. They go through old questions. People who've been in it before, they might give little pointers on typical answers for whatever subject area it might be. There tends to be a few repetitive things that older students pass on to the newer ones.
How would you describe Knowledgeable meets?
It depends on the meet. These ones that we go to during the day, they're smaller, they're a lot less informal, and for the most part, everyone there kind of knows each other, and they really just have a lot of fun. They go throughout the day and get to know each other a little better. They answer a few questions. They have fun at lunch, eating whatever that school might be eating, and then go back, answer a few more, and continue on. The weekend ones, they're a lot bigger teams who put a lot more emphasis on having to get it all right. And even though our teams have just as much fun at them, a lot of the teams there are much more, we need to win.
Do you know how long Knowledgeable has been at HLWW?
I don't. It's been around for quite a while. I would guess maybe 20 years or so.
How long have you been Knowledgeable, Coach?
I started maybe 8 or 9 years ago.
How successful has Knowledgeable been for you?
Some years we do very, very well. We go on through not only our small little conference grouping, but then we move on to the sub-region and region. Other years we have an off year like any other activity, and, well, we don't do nearly as well.
What would you say is the most fun part of Knowledgeable for the students?
Really just getting together and showing off random knowledge, things that they are into, and getting to spend that time with that randomness of Knowledgeable.
All right, Mr. Athen, 2 questions for you. Do you have a black belt?
That's the rumor.
Is it true?
We'll have to find out.
Are you a doctor?
That's another one that's a rumor that we'll have to wait and find out.
All right, thank you for your time.
Good to be here.
Hi.
What? Hello. For those of you that don't know me, I'm CJ Lang. And also, I'm running for president. All right? Now, not a lot of you know about this, but I'm kind of a big deal. All right? Now, let me just paint you a clear picture of what I'm doing here, okay? You seeing that? All right. Now, I want you to vote for me. What I'm voting for is pretty self-explanatory.
Thanks, Zach. This week in Laker News, congratulations to the speech team for their great results at their Annandale competition on Thursday, January 22nd. Many students received excellent ratings. Lauren Painshaw, Hannah Paulson, Katrina Shaunis, and Anna Shaunis all received a superior rating. A special recognition goes to Craig Kellner for winning Best of Sight. Great job, Craig. On Tuesday, January 27th, the HLWW wrestling team hosted Elementary Wrestling Night and was able to collect, in connection with NHS, a total of 183 pounds of food for the local food shelf. A reminder that scholarship information, available scholarships, and deadlines are available in Family Connection. Please keep checking there as new ones are added regularly. HLWW Public Schools is asking for your help. To the parents and guardians of our students, we are looking for your input and your recommendations about our school's performance. There is an online survey for you to complete. Our survey is open now and will close on February 20th, 2015. The link is available on our Facebook page, but a copy of the survey may also be picked up at each of our schools. These can be returned to the schools and will be forwarded to the district office to capture your input. In sports this week. On Thursday, January 22nd, girls gymnastics traveled to Maple Lake, and although suffered a loss, had some individual placements. Heather Lukema took 5th on beam. On floor, Ellen Gugemis 5th, and Heather Lukema placed 4th. In all-around, Heather Lukema was 5th. JV gymnastics also lost the meet, but had some significant individual results. Vault, Sabrina Paul took 4th. Bars, Kaylee Simpson 4th, Sabrina Paul 3rd, Gwen Helgeson 1st. Great job, Gwen. Beam, Callie McCormick placed 4th. Floor, Kaylee Simpson placed 4th, and all-around, Sabrina Paul took 3rd. C Squad JV and varsity boys basketball were up against Holdingford at home. All teams won their games. Varsity won with a score of 55 to 45. Wrestling traveled to St. Paul and wrestled against St. Paul Humboldt, winning the match 30 to 12. They also went up against St. Paul Highland Park, also winning the match 33 to 24. On Friday, January 23rd, girls basketball was home against Maple Lake and were victorious with a great score of 64 to 49. Saturday, January 24th, JV and varsity boys basketball traveled to Malacca. Varsity defeated them with a score of 77 to 68. JV and varsity girls basketball also traveled to Malacca. Varsity played a close game but lost with a score of 53 to 50. The wrestling team had a home individual meet and the team placed 5th. Garrett Shaughness was the only Laker champion. Skylar Dacus placed 3rd, Dylan Pelness and Andrew Keyser placed 4th, Ryan Tutenhagen, Garrett Grimler, and Elijah Reamer placed 5th. On Monday, January 26th, boys basketball played home against the International School of Minnesota. The Lakers pulled through with a big win, scoring 80 to 43. On Tuesday, January 27th, boys basketball traveled to BBE and narrowly defeated BBE with a score of 44 to 43. Laker wrestling had a difficult loss at their home meet versus Eden Valley Watkins and Watertown Mayor. On Wednesday, January 28th, the Laker Knowledge Bowl team traveled to Kimball. There were 12 teams that competed, with 2 varsity teams competing for HLWW. The results of the day were that our teams took 2nd and 8th place. In upcoming events, tonight, Monday, February 22nd, girls basketball is traveling to New London Spicer. Tuesday, February 3rd, 7th and 8th grade boys basketball is home against Lester Perry Holy Trinity with games starting at 4. Girls basketball is home against Holdingford. Varsity competition starts at 7:30. Boys basketball travels to Litchfield. These games will follow a reverse schedule as the varsity will play at 6 and JV and C squads will be playing at 8 p.m. Thursday, February 5th, 7th and 8th grade boys basketball is home against Maple Lake. Game starting at 4. Boys basketball travels to Kimball. Friday, February 6th, wrestling has a home meet against Litchfield and Norwood Young America starting at 5 p.m. Boys basketball heads out to Sibley East, and girls basketball is also away and travels the long distance to Pierce. JV girls basketball has an invitational at Watertown Mayor. There are 7 teams competing in this competition. Good luck, girls. Saturday, February 7th, our varsity speech team has a tournament in Dassel, Cokato. Varsity wrestling is hosting an HLWW Youth Invitational meet for the elementary wrestlers at the high school. 7th and 8th grade wrestling is also at Dassel, Cokato. Varsity girls gymnastics competes in the conference meet at Becker. Next, we go to Connor for some exciting coverage of girls basketball.
I'm here with Mr. G, the girls basketball varsity coach. Thanks for taking the time to do this with us.
Yeah, glad I could do it.
All right, so how has your season been so far?
You know, it's been pretty good. We're still really learning. We've had our ups and downs, that's for sure, but we're 6-10 on the season and 5-2 in the conference with a big game tonight. So where it matters is those conference games for us, and we're still trying to move forward in the conference.
What are some of your strengths and weaknesses?
Our biggest strength is the fact that we are still dedicated to the team and the team concept. It continues to carry in game to game, and we're still growing. Our greatest weakness right now is experience. We just still are learning to play together. We still haven't quite found a group that can blend and mesh the way we needed to, so we're still growing.
What are you expecting from tonight's game with Eden Valley Watkins?
Oh, it's going to be a battle. They blew us out the last time we played, and honestly, the girls felt pretty embarrassed by it. So we're hoping on our home court we'll give them a game, and we're really hoping to steal the game from them. If we can come out on top, it puts us in a good chance to actually win the conference title, which for this year would be huge.
How many JV players have switched to varsity this year?
So we started the season with just 2, and Ivy and Jana playing up, but now we've added 3 more. So we have Madison Woolhouse dressing, Madison Ginningsman, and then Lily DeBoer is also playing up now.
Have you changed your ideas on offense and defense since our last interview with you?
You know, it's interesting. I've had to change a few of them, but the same principles are the same. Offensively, I still emphasize that team play is the way that we're going to win games this year, and we're not a team of individuals, but together as a team we can beat anyone, and I think we can play with anyone. Defensively, foot speed's been an issue for us, so I've had to kind of change my expectations on defensive positioning. We've had to play a little more zone this year than I would usually like, but it's all about trying to play to our strengths.
How is this year's team comparing to last year's?
Well, obviously, when you graduate 3 big seniors that had been on varsity for 4 straight years, you always have those growing pains. The one positive I'll say this year that has really come together is the ability of girls to step in and fill spots. Last year, you know, finishing 4th in state is great and being able to play together all those years, but when girls have been able to just step up and fill roles, I would say that that's been just as impressive as the wins.
So, who's your favorite character in the Big Bang Theory?
Oh, I'll tell you without a doubt, it's got to be Sheldon. But you know, Raj is a pretty close call on that one. I can't get enough of the show, honestly, I can't. You know, Wallowitz has his moments too, though. So who I really don't like is a comic book store owner. I'm trying to think of his name though. Missing it now. But anyway, I don't really like his character in the show. So.
Do you know Howard's astronaut nickname?
His astronaut nickname.
Yeah.
Oh man. I do, but it's gonna bum me out. I can't think of it right now.
It's what his mom yelled.
Oh, I can't remember now. All I know is he cries every time that they say it a little bit, and he tries to make it sound like it's an endearing term, and it's not. So what is it?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Dang it.
Yep.
It's close.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for having me on KLKR.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, CJ again. Just noticed you didn't vote for me yet. That's something a little strange. Anyways, we got a little bit of a viewer mail here. Check it out. A letter from my grandma that I totally did not edit. It says here, CJ is awesome. He'll be the best president ever. Yeah, I don't know about that, but that's the truth right there. That is a truth on paper. Vote for me.
This week, we are taking a break from the yearbook saga. Several of those players are recovering in the hospital from the explosion. For this next segment, I'm not even sure what to call this. Let's just take a look and take some time to chew on it.
More reading.
What's up, Zach?
I was just trying to think of a way to get my friends back. Last week they put toothpaste in my Oreos.
Oh,
I got some Skittles. I was going to try and do something with those.
well, maybe we should try some of my Spurley special Spittles.
What are those?
Oh, just wait, I got you covered. patient. You want the best?
Yeah.
I'll give you the best. What do you think?
That's much better. Always a pleasure.
Hey, it's me again. Just wondering why you haven't voted yet. Now, I'm just going to say one last thing here before I peel on out of here. You might be wondering, what are some of the things that I stand for? Now, one of the big things is the truth. You heard me right, the truth. I spread truth like peanut butter on toast. I spread truth like Poseidon makes rain. He doesn't, but you get it. All right? Now, that means vote for me. My name is CJ Lang, and I am not a hobbit.
This is a lesson. If heaven is the fire, this is a assignment. KLKR S1E16.org. And head over to our Facebook and YouTube channel and give us a like. Well, that's all for all of us here at KLKR. I'm Sally Foster, and tune in next week.
Connor, do you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, just pick a card.
I'll just take this first one.
All right, why don't you show your card to the camera?
Okay.
Turn down for what?
That's free.
Hey, I noticed you haven't been running to the polls, so let me just tell you, maybe I might have caused some confusion here, all right? Let me just tell you what's going on here, all right? I can tell you what I'm not. I'm not a hobbit. I'm not a stranger. I'm your friend, and I tell the truth, especially on paper. Especially. Now, let me just throw some numbers at you to get an idea of what I'm going for here, all right? 12, 17, 42. Okay? 42. All right? That's one more than 41. Now, you still not impressed? Huh? Okay. You're forcing me to pull out the big guns here. 71. All right? Now, those are some numbers that I just thought off the top of my head. Now, those are numbers that can become yours if you vote for me. All right? Because, like, last year, we had maybe 12. This year, I don't know, maybe 14. But if you vote for me, I can definitely get you up to one of those numbers I just said. All right? Vote for me. I'm not a hobbit.